Okay, so now we've got our ancillary equipment, our suction motor and compressor all powered up and ready to go. The next thing to do is to get our dental chair working again. The reverse of the process that we had before, and when we were talking about shutting the unit down, we went into the floor box where possible and isolated the air and water lines. We need to reverse that by going back into the floor box, opening the air and water lines again, and if there was an isolator in the floor and we turned it off, make sure we turn it back on. Putting your covers back onto the unit then before you do anything else, and then turn on the mains isolator of the wall if you have one, or for the surgery if you would shut it down, and then power up your chair. Various chairs will go through certain automatic startup procedures, and some of the chairs, if they haven't been used for a couple of weeks, they actually go through their movements of the chair automatically to check the limits of the units. As start of your restart procedure for your chair, you'll need to look after your suction arm and your filters. Just make sure your filters are back in place, caps on correctly and fitting correctly. Your hoses are reassembled if you've taken apart to autoclave the valves. And then as per part of your normal cleaning solution protocol, run the cleaning solution through both large and small tubes to make sure that everything is working correctly. Operate your bowl flush to make sure that is working correctly, and if you have a spittoon valve, make sure that is still working correctly. And before you finish up, then check the water quality coming out of your cup fill, because even though you've done the cleaning process, even though you've flushed it with fresh water, you can still have potential issues. So as with the water lines from your delivery system, take a cupful of water from your cup fill, one of your dip slides, taking it out without touching the sides, dip slide in again, leave it in there for the required period of time, take it out, shake off the excess and put it back in the container and hold it. You will see condensation at times building up inside the container. That's normal. That's from both the moisture that was on the agar and from any moisture that was in the agar evaporating during the time. Put it in a safe place, monitor it after the appropriate period of time, and then record your results as your base for moving forward from the startup time. For the delivery system itself and for the cup fill, the important thing we actually have is the water lines. We have cleaned them and put them into a standby mode, and what we need to do now is bring them back to fully operational. If you have a water bottle which still has some cleaning solution in it, empty the water bottle, rinse it out with clean water and put clean water back into it again, and then running all your lines, including your 3-in-1 syringe, run that until you've got clean water coming through, run your handpiece lines until you've got clean water coming through, and run your cup fill until you've got clean water coming through. Once you're confident you have everything, clean water coming through everything, check the operation of the unit, make sure the handpieces are working correctly, make sure the motors are working, and everything you expect the chair to do, it is actually doing it. You should actually think about carrying out this process several days before you expect to open up again, because you should really check the quality of the water coming through the water lines and make sure you have no residual problems. So what I would suggest for that is using a clean beaker, run some water from the handpiece lines into the beaker, from the 3-in-1 syringe into the beaker, and using a dip slide, making sure it's in date, put it into the water, leave it in there for the length of time as required by the manufacturer, normally about 10 seconds, take it out and let the excess drip away. Put it back into its container, making sure it doesn't touch the sides, and just leave it in the vertical position in an area where you want to be able to monitor it over a period of time. This particular unit says a certain period of time at 35 degrees or 72 hours at room temperature. So you leave that for 72 hours, come back and check it. If you have any problems with your water line, it'll actually show up on here as little dots. Depending on the manufacturer of the test slide you're using, it will come with a guide that tells you how to interpret what's actually on the slide. You're looking for below 100 coliform units per slide. Any more than that, then you need to just run through the maintenance of your water lines again. Just give it another run through with your cleaning solutions, run through with clean water again and test it. I would do the same with a cup fill. Again, get a cup full of water. Again, dip slide into it, hold it into it, and then take it out and leave your dip slide to one side. Once you have that, and once you know that the quality of your water coming through your delivery system is within the guidelines, then everything on the chair would be okay ready to go and ready to use. Apart from that, the only other things you need to worry about is your mechanical movements of your chair, but that'll have been done anyway. And then your chair should be ready for you to start operating again. But if you do have any problems, don't forget we're always here to help at the end of the phone, and you can give Henry Shine a call anytime.